Are you tired of toxic people ruining your mood all the time? The sun has just come up. You're enjoying your favorite cup of coffee, looking at your messages, when out of nowhere, a sharp comment or a mean action hits you like a cold shower. Suddenly, your day doesn't seem as good. Dealing with difficult people is something we all face, and the way we react can change everything. Have you ever realized that a single negative remark can stick in your mind longer than a kind word? It's like a stubborn spot on your best shirt that just won't go away. Here's where you find your strength, in seeing a stain and choosing not to let it spoil your shirt or your day. It's about realizing that tough moments say more about the other person's struggles and fears than about you. Marcus Aurelius, a wise man from the past, once said something valuable in his writings. He suggested that when someone criticizes or dislikes you, try to understand them deeply. You will see there's no need to worry about their opinions of you. This view encourages us to look deeper into why people act the way they do. Facing negativity can also be a chance for you to look at yourself more closely. I encourage you to explore inward, peeling back the layers of what society expects and the masks we wear. What parts of you have been hidden because of what others think? Are you letting someone's negative views shape your day or how you feel about yourself? Let's start this journey of self-discovery together, finding ways to handle difficult people and to build a stronger sense of who you are. 1. Self-knowledge. Have you ever met someone who just seems to irritate you in all the wrong ways? We usually refer to these individuals as toxic because they spread negativity around like a thick fog, making everything unclear. But what if I shared a method to clear up that fog and move through it without getting lost? It begins with knowing yourself well. Just as being aware that you're allergic to smoke helps you steer clear of it, knowing how you react to toxic people can help you maintain your emotional distance. It's like the advice from an old fencing teacher who told his students that the true skill in fencing isn't just in striking, but in knowing exactly when to step aside. Whenever a toxic person acts out, imagine yourself smoothly dodging. You avoid the impact because you know your limits, and you respect them enough to prevent anyone from overstepping them. This doesn't require getting angry or striking back, just a calm, firm understanding of who you are. Incorporating this awareness into your everyday life isn't as difficult as it may seem. Think of it as tying your shoes. At first, you need to concentrate on it, but over time, it becomes automatic. When faced with negativity, step back and ask yourself, why does this upset me? Or, what can I learn here? These aren't questions to excuse someone else's behavior, but to strengthen your own mental resilience. Be prepared to realize that this journey will not always be smooth. Achieving self-awareness and moving through others' negativity isn't like a storybook tale. There will be days when it feels simpler just to respond in kind, to give back what you got. But such wins are short-lived and empty because they compromise who you are. Each time you choose to respond thoughtfully, instead of just reacting, remember, you do it not because it's the easy option, but because it's the right one for you. This is about constructing a fortress within yourself, not out of pride, but from a position of strength and peace. It's not about ignoring the negative, but acknowledging it without letting it control your actions. So, accept the challenge. It sharpens you, makes you tougher, and ultimately, unquestionably stronger. 2. Forgiving and recollection. Look up at the sky. Can you see how the stars glow brightly, even surrounded by darkness? Imagine these stars as the people in your life who bring light and kindness, helping and understanding you. Sometimes, though, you might meet black holes. These are the harmful people who try to pull you into their negativity, draining your happiness and energy. So, how can you move through this space of relationships without being dragged into these black holes? Imagine yourself as a spaceship, but instead of running on hydrogen, you're powered by bravery and wisdom. Your bravery is your ability to forgive, which frees you from the hold of anger and past hurts, allowing you to move beyond anyone's negative influence. This forgiveness helps you release the heavy chains of bitterness that tie you down. But every spaceship also needs a way to find its direction. This is where your memory comes in. It acts like a map, holding all the important lessons from your life, quietly advising you to steer clear of dangers you've faced before. Our past negative experiences aren't just burdens. They are like marks on a map that help guide us to safer places. Each interaction with a difficult person, every strong emotion experienced, serves as a warning light, showing us what to avoid and shaping how we deal with others. This blend of forgiveness and memory acts like a compass in the vast network of our relationships. With these ideas in mind, think about your own path through these complex interactions. Who among your acquaintances shines like a star, and who should you avoid as you would a black hole? Let your ability to forgive propel you forward, and use your memory as a guide to keep from falling into old traps. In the dance of relationships, in this intricate ballet of life, aim to be the spaceship that elegantly carves its way through the cosmic mess, powered by the strength of forgiveness and directed by the insight of memory. 3. Keeping your emotions balanced. Imagine trying to find your way in thick fog while surrounded by negative people. You can't see your path clearly, and each step is filled with doubt. What if there was a way to make that fog disappear? It begins inside you, with building strong emotional balance through stoicism. Consider someone you know who, despite any turmoil, remains unshaken, like a mountain enduring a fierce storm. This doesn't mean being uncaring or distant. It means understanding that our true control is over our reactions, not the chaos around us. Stoicism teaches us that our true strength is in how we respond, not in trying to manage the unmanageable. When we encounter negativity, we tap into our stoic side. We stop, breathe, and keep our calm. It's like being at the center of a storm where everything is calm. This pause gives us time to think and act wisely, focusing on maintaining our inner peace rather than getting caught up in external turmoil. And how do we achieve this? Through practicing mindfulness. It's a popular concept, and for good reason. It really works. Mindfulness helps us step back, observe the turmoil without getting overwhelmed by it. It's not about ignoring negative situations, but recognizing them without allowing them to disrupt our peace. It teaches us that, just like clouds, these situations will eventually pass. So next time you're surrounded by negativity, remember, you have the power to create your own peace. Build it to last. 4. Establishing boundaries. Imagine entering a world where each conversation you have adds a stroke to the painting of your day. Some strokes are bright and positive, making your life more beautiful. However, there are other strokes, dark, heavy, and irregular, made by harmful people in your life. These interactions don't just leave a trace, they change the whole artwork of your day, how you feel, and even how you see yourself. Now, consider the ancient Stoics. They controlled their minds, not by avoiding challenges, but by strengthening their inner defenses. They understood that not every opinion, criticism, or negative vibe deserved their focus. What if I said that handling toxic individuals could be managed with the same stoic attitude? It's not about creating an unbreakable barrier, but about deciding which doors to open and when. Being selective with your interactions doesn't diminish you. It makes you the guardian of your own tranquility. Think of your energy as a finite, valuable resource, like water in a desert. Each interaction you engage in is like giving away a drop of that water. Now, ask yourself, would you prefer to give it to someone who plants seeds in your desert, helping it flourish, or to someone who wastes it under the harsh sun? Creating boundaries means using your energy smartly, not out of pride or dislike, but with the quiet determination of someone who understands their worth and how precious their time is. It involves clearly stating, "I set my limits here, because your inner peace is too important to be compromised." Let's adopt this approach. See every day as a chance to create something beautiful, to put your energy into things that flourish. Remember, setting boundaries isn't about pushing others away. It's about caring for yourself and making wise choices. Start now, not by pushing people away, but by clearly marking where your space ends and the untamed starts. Watch as this changes the whole scenery of your life. If this message strikes a chord with you, please tell us in the comments and give it a thumbs up to share it further. And don't forget to subscribe for more thoughts like these. 5. Understanding energy. Have you ever been around someone whose presence feels like a storm, turning your good day into a challenging one? Dealing with difficult people can really test even the most peaceful among us. However, let's look inward and consider the idea of energy intelligence as our guide. Picture your energy as a fortress, much like the walls of an ancient city, which keeps your peace intact and blocks out unwanted negative vibes. Now think about the choices you have in these situations. Just like you choose what type of fuel to put in your car, affecting its performance and lifespan, you also have the power to choose how you react and interact with people who drain your energy. Acting with patience and empathy, or sometimes choosing not to engage at all, can be your secret weapon, enhancing your emotional health and keeping you balanced. This approach isn't about avoiding disagreements. It's about equipping yourself with knowledge and making decisions that maintain your tranquility. Using this insight is more than just self-discipline. It's about building a space around you that's so stable that even the biggest storms can't shake your core. Like a tree with deep roots in the ground, you stand firm, not because there's no wind, but because you've learned to move with it without breaking. This resilience and adaptability neutralize negative energy, forcing it to weaken or go away. Now, I encourage you to think about how you've handled your energy when faced with tough times. Recall those instances when you were affected by another's negativity. What was your reaction? Did you allow their gloom to overshadow your day, or did you manage to shine brighter, helping both of you return to peace? This path isn't about being unaffected. It's about realizing that you have a deep well of strength and insight within you to tackle any difficulty that comes your way. Take a moment, breathe, and remember the control you have. Moving forward, how will you use this energy intelligence not just to safeguard your peace, but also to illuminate the path for others? The true measure of your inner power isn't how you dodge the storm, but how you enjoy the rain. 6. Keep your eyes on the prize. Imagine you're chasing a dream. Maybe you're learning something new, aiming to get fit, or pushing forward with your own projects. It feels like you're on a straightforward path, right? Suddenly, though, you meet people or face situations that bring you down. These moments can distract you, like a breeze that pushes a paper airplane off course. It's really discouraging. Consider the story of Carter. He was determined to start a small online business. The doubts from friends and family kept coming, with some openly questioning his idea, while others gently suggested more conventional options. It's a situation many of us know too well. Rather than wasting time arguing or trying to prove his point, Carter focused on improving his skills, expanding his knowledge, and developing his business step by step. What can we learn from Carter's experience? It's the importance of trusting in your own plan and not letting negativity sway you. This leads us to how we handle difficult people, which is a delicate art. The ancient Stoics had a wise approach. They concentrated on what they could control. Let's be honest, changing other people is not one of those things, but controlling how we respond to them is something we can manage. Think of it like wearing a raincoat in a storm. The raincoat doesn't stop the rain, but it keeps the water from getting you wet. That's the kind of toughness we need. So, when you face doubt or negativity about your dreams or goals, remember Carter. Shift your energy away from trying to convince those who doubt you, and instead, strengthen your own journey. Give a smile, nod, and keep moving forward with your plans. You have goals to achieve, and you shouldn't let negativity take up space in your mind for free. Adopt a stoic mindset. Focus on your actions, enjoy the journey, and let any criticism fade into the background. This is your journey, and you're the only one who can steer it. 7. Asking for help. Sometimes we meet people who really test our patience in every way possible. You know those kinds of people who seem to bring a cloud of negativity with them, turning a bright day gloomy. It's as if you're trapped in quicksand. The more you try to stay calm, the more frustrated or angry you feel. This is what it's like to deal with difficult or toxic people. It's a challenge to our patience and our ability to stay calm and composed. However, let's consider how asking for help in these situations isn't a sign of weakness, but rather a sign of wisdom. Just as a single candle can pierce the darkness, sharing your troubles with someone who gets it can illuminate solutions you hadn't thought of before. These supporters strengthen us not by solving our problems for us, but by reminding us of our own inner strength. Picture having a wise mentor by your side, sharing guidance from their own rich experiences. This kind of support is priceless when it comes to navigating through challenging relationships gracefully. To tap into this inner strength, we must acknowledge when it's helpful to seek outside perspectives. It's about realizing that while we can't control how others act, we can definitely control our responses. With Stoicism, we learn to detach and view our situation from a broader perspective. It's similar to zooming out on a map to spot other paths that we might have missed while focused too closely. By seeking help, we give ourselves a chance to pause, reflect, and respond in a way that matches our ideals and maintains our tranquility. Now, think about your own experiences with challenging people. How have you managed these situations? Have you tried to handle it on your own, depending solely on your own strength? Or have you sought the kind of supportive insight that could change everything? Remember, the true mark of a Stoic isn't found in enduring alone or in silence, but in knowing when and how to use the wisdom available to us to navigate life more smoothly and with better understanding. 8. Managing self-doubt. Recall the first time you met someone whose presence felt like a dark cloud over a joyful celebration. Many of us have felt the burden of another person's negativity dragging us down. Interestingly, the way we talk to ourselves when around negative people can either protect us or make us vulnerable. Think of your mind as a garden and each self-thought as a seed. Planting seeds of confidence and resilience helps us remain strong, but if we allow doubts and fears, those harmful thoughts can overtake all the positivity. However, there's more to it. Sometimes simply walking away isn't possible, and that's when the old wisdom of Stoicism comes into play. Stoicism teaches us that our strength lies not in what happens to us, but in how we respond. Therefore, when facing someone's negative impact, pay close attention to how you talk to yourself. Instead of wondering, "Why must I handle this?" try to think, "What can I learn from this situation?" This mindset can foster resilience, understanding, or the courage to maintain your personal boundaries. Changing how you view things is not just a play on words, it's about taking back your control. Another strategy you have is something quite powerful, yet simple: detachment. This doesn't mean being cold or indifferent, but wisely choosing where to focus your energy. Picture someone's negative words as arrows. If your self-esteem is a strong shield, those arrows can't hurt you. This doesn't mean you won't ever feel hurt, but remember, those arrows can only wound you if you let them. So, take a moment to think. How often do you let outside negativity affect your inner dialogue? Managing this isn't about building walls around your heart. It's about recognizing your value, knowing your response is your strength, and sometimes choosing to keep your peace. Stoicism isn't about lacking emotions, but about deciding which conflicts are worth your energy. Remember, the only person you truly have control over in your life is yourself. 9. Problem-solving methodology. Have you ever wondered how to deal with those difficult people we all meet from time to time? It's like trying to find your way through a thick fog where each step is unsure and the air feels oppressive. The secret is to embrace a mindset focused on finding solutions, deeply grounded in the calm logic of Stoicism. This mindset helps us turn these challenging interactions into chances for personal development and emotional smarts, instead of just getting annoyed. Imagine turning a tough situation around needs some creative thinking. It's similar to playing a game of chess. You have to think ahead, predicting others' moves without getting caught up in the emotions. This involves listening more than talking and staying calm, a quality many admire but few achieve. This kind of clever thinking helps you keep your cool and stay out of the mess. Being adaptable in these scenarios is incredibly helpful. It means staying true to what you believe while dealing with tough people. Picture yourself as a tree, solid in its roots, yet bending in the breeze. You sway, but don't break when the strong winds of negativity blow. This flexibility builds your strength and prepares you to handle any difficulty. I invite you now to think. What do you do when faced with negativity or manipulation? Remember, while you can't always control the presence of challenging people, you can control your response. By adopting a stoic, solution-focused attitude, you're not just avoiding negative traps, you're actively crafting a life filled with calm, resilience, and respect. Ultimately, it's not the hurdles we encounter, but how we handle them that shapes us. 10. Avoid unneeded disputes. Pick your battles wisely is a timeless tip that's especially important today, where it seems like every discussion could blow up. When dealing with difficult people, it's like walking blindfolded in a labyrinth. You can't tell when you might hit a dead end. The trick is not to rush into every barrier you face, but to cautiously find your way and choose which conflicts are worth your energy. Many disagreements are simply traps that drain your energy and lead nowhere. Knowing this can spare you a lot of trouble. You might be amazed to find out that sometimes the strongest action you can take is to do nothing. Staying silent can speak louder than any words you throw into a conflict. When difficult people throw negativity your way, they usually want to provoke a reaction, any sign that their words affect you. By deciding not to respond, you deflate their efforts. This isn't about ignoring the issue, but about not letting it dominate your life. Your energy is valuable. Use it for fights that actually matter. Avoid the mistake of trying to change someone's harmful behavior by arguing or reasoning with them. It's like trying to extinguish a fire with more fire. It just makes the situation worse. Instead, pose thoughtful questions that encourage them to view the situation differently. This is about moving from conflict to conversation. It won't always work, but that's fine. The aim is not to win every disagreement, but to keep your peace and self-respect. In these confrontations, empathy is your armor and patience your weapon. Understanding the other person's point of view doesn't mean you agree with them or their actions. It means you are strong enough to look deeper. Keep in mind, everyone has their own struggles, many of which you know nothing about. By being patient, you allow yourself time to think before responding. This doesn't make you weak, it shows you're full of wisdom. I encourage you to pause and think about your experiences with challenging individuals. Do you see any recurring themes? Are there conflicts you've been engaging in that just don't seem worthwhile? Remember, being stoic doesn't mean you don't feel emotions. It means you don't let those emotions dictate your actions. It involves deciding where to put your effort, because not every conflict needs your attention. So, the next time you're on the verge of an argument, step back, take a deep breath, and consider, is this truly worth sacrificing my tranquility? 11. Spotting fake friendliness. Isn't it surprising how a simple chat can suddenly turn into a big fight? It's like a tiny spark igniting a huge fire that burns everything around it. But remember, not every spark has to grow into a blaze, especially when you're dealing with difficult people. Learning to identify fake friendliness can be like having a fire extinguisher. It means noticing when someone acts like they're your ally, but really, they're just fueling the conflict. The way people move and express themselves often tells the truth. A smile that doesn't reach their eyes or arms crossed tightly are signs of dishonesty. A little hint that you might be facing hidden motives, not real care. Take a moment and pay attention to what they aren't saying. A voice that sounds sweet but feels cold, or a laugh that feels out of place, can show more than direct words. The way someone talks can reflect their real motives, clearly visible for those who pay attention. Now, think about the patterns you see in how people act. Constant behavior shows someone's real nature. It's like the consistent rhythm of a drum, steady and dependable. However, if someone's actions change dramatically depending on the audience, it's as unreliable as a leaf blowing in the wind, indicating that their friendly act is just that, an act. It's important to notice these trends because in the world of human interactions, staying consistent is key. Being able to see past fake friendliness isn't just about protecting yourself from harmful relationships. It's about creating a space where true friendships can grow. It's about being a true example in a world full of fake gestures, leading others to real and honest connections. So, when you feel that something isn't right, trust your instincts. Watch for the clues, and remember, not every hand that's offered for friendship deserves your acceptance. Stand firm, because the journey is yours to take. Keep in mind, your peace is like a strong castle. Protect it with the wise teachings of Stoicism. 12. The art of letting go. Imagine you're holding onto a hot coal and it's burning your hand. Each second you hold on, it sears deeper, causing unnecessary pain. Now, Would you continue to clutch this burning ember, or would you release it to soothe the burn? This analogy illustrates our interactions with toxic individuals. Clinging to their negative comments or behaviors only perpetuates our suffering. Letting go is akin to opening your hand and allowing the coal to drop. It's an act of liberation from the pain. When you let go of grudges, resentments, and hurtful memories, visualize them as balloons drifting away into the sky. As they rise and disappear from view, feel the lightness in your spirit, a freedom from the weight of past burdens. This process isn't about forgetting or condoning what happened. It's about choosing not to let these experiences continue to wound you. Letting go is an affirmation of self-care and peace, declaring, "I value my peace more than holding on to pain." Each act of letting go strengthens your emotional resilience, empowering you to face future challenges with a renewed spirit and a heart ready to heal and embrace joy. 13. Choose kindness over winning. In the heat of an argument, it's easy to become consumed by the desire to win, to prove your point, and to have the last word. It feels like a competitive race, where the prize is the satisfaction of being right. However, true victory isn't always about proving a point, but about preserving relationships and fostering understanding. Choosing kindness over winning is like opting to turn down a noisy, chaotic road in favor of a peaceful path that leads to a serene landscape. When faced with toxic behavior, responding with kindness acts like a shield, deflecting negativity and diffusing potential conflicts. It's about responding not with harsh words, but with gestures and words that soothe and heal. This doesn't mean surrendering your values or agreeing with falsehoods. Rather, it's about valuing harmony and respect over the fleeting triumph of a quarrel. By prioritizing kindness, you invite the possibility of transformation, not necessarily changing the other person, but certainly enriching your own life with grace and empathy. Kindness becomes a bridge, connecting divided shores, and often it enlightens others to consider their actions and words more thoughtfully. Each choice of kindness seeds a future where understanding and peace can flourish. 14. Learn to say no. Saying no is a powerful declaration of autonomy. It's akin to setting up a sturdy fence around the precious garden of your time, energy, and emotional well-being. This boundary informs others of where your limits lie and protects the integrity of your personal space. In the landscape of relationships, especially with those who exhibit toxic traits, the ability to say no is crucial. It acts as a gatekeeper, preventing unnecessary negativity from encroaching upon your peace. Consider the scenario where someone attempts to draw you into a problematic situation, akin to inviting you to jump into a murky, muddy puddle. Your instinctive response to preserve your cleanliness and dignity is to refuse. Saying no in such instances is just as intuitive. It's not about being uncooperative or harsh, but about making a conscious choice to participate only in interactions that respect your values and contribute positively to your life. Learning to say no is an empowering practice that reinforces your self-respect and prioritizes your mental and emotional health. It teaches others that your peace is paramount, and while you are cooperative and engaging, you are not without boundaries. Each no is a yes to a healthier, more balanced life where your needs and peace are adequately safeguarded. Diving into Stoicism not only helps you deal with difficult people, but also leads to a more rewarding life. There's more to discover. A whole world of Stoic wisdom awaits. Thanks for watching till the end. I hope you found this video helpful. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. As always, Until next time.